There is a secret law of life, one so potent and so simple that most men and women overlook it in the mad rush for wealth, for fame, for power. This law is silent, invisible, but unwavering. It states that you will never attain what you do not first believe yourself worthy of attaining. It is not enough to wish. It is not enough to hope. It is not enough to dream with your eyes closed. If you want to win, you must start acting like a winner now, long before the world hands you the prize you seek. The great ones of history were not crowned kings and queens because they waited for permission to act royally. They stepped into the character before the world even knew their name. They prepared in silence. They trained their minds while the crowd slept. They envisioned victory, walked with purpose, spoke with certainty, and moved through life with the magnetic force of one who expects to succeed. If you walk like a champion, talk like a champion, work like a champion, think like a champion, you will, in time, become a champion. But how many among us walk timidly, talk fearfully, work hesitantly, think doubtfully, and still expect life to deliver grand rewards? No, life does not work that way. Victory is not handed to the meek, the hesitant, the doubter, or the wisher. It is handed to the prepared, the bold, the confident, the ones who claim it first in their mind and actions, and then receive it in their hands. You must understand that winning is a state of being long before it becomes a reality. When a general marches into battle, he does not wonder whether he will lead his army to victory. He acts as though it is already certain. Every order, every motion, every command, all are given with the supreme confidence that the battle is his to win. His men, seeing this certainty, fight with greater strength. His enemies, feeling this energy, falter before the first blow is struck. This is the power of certainty. This is the magic of acting like the winner you aspire to become. Look around you. Life will not stop for your doubts. Opportunities do not wait for your indecision. The current of life moves ever forward, and if you hesitate, if you pause to question your worthiness, it will sweep you aside and reward the one who had the boldness to act without hesitation. Winning begins inside. It is not dependent on luck, fate, or circumstance. It is rooted in the decisions you make, the habits you build, the standards you set, and the identity you choose to wear like armor each day. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, am I moving today like someone destined for greatness? Are my actions today worthy of the dream I claim to chase? Am I living today like a man or woman who expects to win? If the answer is no, you must change, not tomorrow, not next week, not after the next excuse or convenient delay now. For the world owes you nothing but what you claim through your will and your work. Look at the great leaders, the inventors, the builders, the thinkers, the ones whose names echo through the ages. Did they wait until all conditions were perfect? Did they wait until they felt 100% confident every hour of every day? No, they moved boldly even when the outcome was uncertain. They acted as winners when they were still unknown, still doubted, still struggling. They refused to let circumstances dictate their identity. You must do the same. You must stop announcing your dreams only when others are clapping. You must stop behaving as if greatness will arrive someday, if only you wait patiently enough. Greatness is not awarded for patience. It is seized by action. Winners are forged in the silence of early mornings, in the lonely work when no one is watching, in the private battles against fear, doubt, and weakness. A man does not become strong by lifting feathers. He becomes strong by straining against the weight that would crush lesser souls. The obstacles in your life are not punishments, they are tests. They are training grounds. They are the resistance you must push against to build the strength required for your destiny. If you are tired, it is a sign that you are in training. If you are frustrated, it is a sign that you are close to breakthrough. If you are scared, it is a sign that you are standing on the border of growth. Do not run from these feelings. Embrace them, thank them, and move forward. Winners act differently. They live differently. They say no to the easy pleasures that tempt most people into mediocrity. They Say yes to the hard work, the sacrifice, the discipline that molds extraordinary lives. If you want to win, you must move with intention, you must speak with authority, you must think with clarity, you must operate with the self-respect of someone who knows the crown belongs on their head not someday but now. Winners are not more talented, they are more consistent. Consistency will build your reputation, it will shape your character, it will break through the walls that seem impossible today. There is a force inside you stronger than you have dared to believe. It is stronger than disappointments that have tried to crush you. It is stronger than the voices of doubt that echo in your mind. It is stronger than the fear that tries to paralyze you before you even begin. This force is called decision. The moment you decide, truly decide, that you will act, think, speak, and live as a winner, everything will begin to change. You will notice opportunities where once you saw obstacles. You will attract allies where once you walked alone. You will discover strengths in yourself you never knew existed. But decision alone is not enough. It must be followed by relentless, purposeful action. You must move toward your goal with the full force of your being, heart, mind, body, and spirit aligned toward a single aim. Half efforts produce half results. Half-heartedness produces heartache. If you want to win, you must give all. You must burn the ships. You must eliminate the escape routes that let you retreat into comfort and excuses. The moment you make winning your only option, you will find a way. The path will not always be clear. The road will not always be easy. But a winner does not demand ease, he demands results. You will not always feel ready. You will not always feel motivated. You will not always feel strong. But feeling is a liar. Action is the truth. Winners act whether they feel like it or not. Winners show up whether the world applauds or ignores them. Winners build whether the sun shines or the storm rages. You must become ruthless in pursuit of your destiny. You must guard your time like a dragon guards its treasure. You must protect your mind from the poison of doubt and negativity. You must elevate your standards higher than anyone around you thinks reasonable. Because the life you are capable of living, the success you are capable of achieving, will require you to outgrow the small thinking that keeps average men in chains. You were not born for mediocrity. You were not created to merely survive, to blend in, to go quietly through life unnoticed and unfulfilled. You were born to shine, to rise, to conquer. Mountains placed before you, but the mountains will not bow. The world will not surrender. You must climb, you must fight. You must endure, and to do that, you must act now as if the victory were already certain. Walk with purpose, speak with conviction, move with confidence, not arrogance, but the quiet, unstoppable belief that you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. The world does not reward intentions. It rewards execution. It does not hand out trophies for good ideas. It hands them to those who dared to act on those ideas, despite fear, despite uncertainty, despite the trembling of their own hearts. If you want to win, then you must no longer negotiate with hesitation. You must no longer bargain with your doubts or seek validation from the crowd. You must move forward with the internal fire that says, I decide who I become. Winners make a habit of doing what losers refuse to do. When others quit at the first sign of hardship, winners dig deeper. When others complain, winners construct. When others sleep, winners build. When others curse the darkness, winners light a candle and then 1,000 more. Understand this, winning is not a one-time event, it is a habit, a discipline, a philosophy of life. It is not a single race run well, it is thousands of unseen choices made with excellence. It is waking up early when your body screams for more sleep. It is studying longer when your mind begs for distraction. It is saying no to the temporary pleasures that would rob you of eternal victories. The man who wins is not the one who fought the easiest battles, he is the one who fought the longest, the hardest, against the fiercest resistance and refused to break. Life tests all who would wear the crown. It asks, are you worthy? Will you endure when others give up? Will you continue when all signs say to quit? Will you believe when there is no evidence yet? Most fall away, most quit too soon, most abandon their dreams at the first sign of discomfort, but not you, because you are learning the hidden truth. Discomfort is the currency of greatness. Every painful moment, every stretch beyond your limits, every lonely hour of unseen labor, these are the investments you are making into the account from which victory will be withdrawn. You cannot reap where you have not sown. You cannot win where you have not fought. You cannot rise where you have not first refused to kneel before fear. If you desire to stand atop the mountain, you must first master the valleys. If you desire the rewards, you must first love the work. Because work-focused, relentless, undistracted work is the hammer that shapes winners. Do not look for shortcuts. They do not exist. Do not wait for the easy path. It will never appear. The only path is the one you blaze yourself by the strength of your will, the clarity of your vision, and the firmness of your actions. You must move with discipline, not emotion. You must act according to principles, not feelings. You must live as though success is inevitable, even when the evidence is invisible. Imagine the man standing before the mirror each morning. He is not yet rich. He is not yet renowned. He is not yet respected. But he looks into his own eyes and he says, "Today I act like a winner. Today I move like a champion. Today I become the man who will not be denied." And then he does it again and again, day after day, until the world has no choice but to recognize what he already knew he was destined to win. This is the attitude you must adopt. This is the mindset you must cultivate, because no one is coming to crown you out of pity. No one will hand you victory because they feel sorry for your struggles. Life respects strength. It rewards perseverance. It crowns only the relentless. The question is not whether you have been hurt. The question is whether you will use that hurt as fuel or as chains. The question is not whether you have failed. The question is whether you will rise or surrender to the ashes. Each day you are writing the story of your life. Each choice, each action, each word you speak, they are the ink with which your destiny is being scripted. Will your story be one of hesitation, fear, half-lived dreams, or will it be a saga of courage, resilience, unbreakable faith? If you want to win, start acting like it now, not tomorrow, not when the perfect opportunity comes, not when the conditions are ideal, because they never will be. The conditions are created by those who dare to act. The man who becomes rich does not wait for wealth to knock politely at his door. He builds, he invents, he leads. The woman who becomes powerful does not sit meekly, hoping to be discovered. She speaks up. She steps forward. She takes ownership of her destiny. They do not apologize for their ambition. They do not dim their light to make others comfortable. They move, and movement, sustained and relentless, creates momentum. Momentum gathers strength. Strength topples obstacles. Obstacles overcome reveal opportunities. And opportunities seized birth new realities. This is the law of life. Those who move with courage create new worlds for themselves. Now you might ask, how do I act like a winner when I feel like anything but? The answer is simple, though not easy. You act before you feel. You speak powerfully before you feel powerful. You move boldly before you feel certain. You decide to win before you see a single result. Because feelings are followers, not leaders. Action leads, feeling follows. You cannot wait for inspiration to act. You must act to create inspiration. Every great man and woman in history acted in faith, not in feeling. They acted as if they were already great, long before the world agreed. Faith, by its very nature, demands action in the absence of visible evidence. When you walk in faith, you are tapping into a higher law than the law of circumstance. You are aligning yourself with the eternal truth that your destiny is not determined by where you start, but by the strength of your decision to keep going. And each day that you act like a winner, even when tired, even when bruised, even when discouraged, you forge in yourself a spirit that the world cannot defeat. You are not pretending when you act like a winner. You are practicing, you are becoming, you are shaping the unseen into the visible. Each choice you make, each sacrifice you embrace, each hardship you endure, these are bricks laid in the foundation of the future you claim. And if you persist, you will stand one day atop the tower you built with your own hands, not by waiting, not by wishing, but by acting. Act like a winner, and you become one. Act like a champion, and you become one. Act like a conqueror, and you become one. Because in the final analysis, life does not give you what you dream, it gives you what you demand by your actions. The clock is ticking. The world waits for no man. The crown does not seek the wearer must claim the crown. Now is your time. Walk, speak the words, move the mountains, not someday today, because the man who wins is not the one who talks the most, wishes the most, or waits the longest. It is the one who acts, in the face of every fear, every obstacle, every whisper of doubt, and never stops until the world calls him victorious. If you want to win, start building the invisible machinery of victory today. Winners do not depend on luck. They create systems. They do not leave success to chance. They design it into the very fabric of their lives. Every hour of their day, every thought they think, every habit they adopt, it is all by design, not accident. If you are serious about winning, you must create a personal code, a standard so high and so clear that it leaves no room for confusion. Your day must begin with intention. Your actions must be dictated by purpose. Your time must be guarded with a ferocity that others may not understand, and you must not apologize for it. Because while they laugh, you are building. While they waste time, you are investing it. While they chase pleasure, you are chasing destiny. There is a blueprint for greatness, and it is written in the actions of those who dare to live differently. Here is how winners operate. They rise early because the world belongs to those who prepare before it wakes. They plan ruthlessly because a dream without a plan is a wish, and wishes are for the idle. They act with urgency because tomorrow is not promised, and opportunity knocks but once. They master their emotions because feelings are fickle, but discipline is divine. They outwork everyone because talent may open the door, but work ethic keeps it open. They learn relentlessly because ignorance is the silent killer of dreams. They adapt quickly because those who do not evolve are buried by time. They persevere stubbornly because they know that the last man standing is the one who wins the crown. Winners understand that life is not a sprint, nor is it even a marathon. It is a daily battle against the forces of mediocrity. Each morning is a new battlefield. Each decision is a new weapon. Each action is a new advance toward victory. You must treat each day with the gravity it deserves. Do not waste today. Do not sleep on today. Do not treat today casually. Today is the only day you will ever truly own. The past is ashes. The future is a dream. Today is your battlefield. Show up, suit up, step up, because winners know this iron law. Consistency beats intensity. One heroic action today followed by a week of laziness will not build the life you seek. One burst of motivation followed by 6 days of excuses will not create the fortress of success you dream about. No, it is the daily discipline, the daily grind, the daily sharpening of the blade that turns ordinary men into legends. If you are serious about winning, you must commit to showing up every single day, not just when you feel good. Not just when it's easy. Not just when the mood strikes. Every day without fail, and you must do it so many times with such relentless faithfulness that the world is forced to take notice. Most will not understand this. They will think you are obsessed. They will say you are too intense. They will whisper that you are wasting your time. Let them talk. Their doubts are the soundtrack of the average. Your actions will write the symphony of the extraordinary. You must be willing to live for a few years like most people won't, so you can live the rest of your life like most people can't. Sacrifice is the rent you pay for success, and the rent is due every day. Winners do not pay it once and stop. They pay it daily with gratitude because they understand the privilege it is to even have the opportunity to strive. When you feel like quitting, when the burden seems too heavy, when the obstacles loom large, remember this. It is at the moment you most want to quit that the seeds of victory are being planted. The pain you feel today is the muscle you will flex tomorrow. The confusion you endure today is the wisdom you will wield tomorrow. The loneliness you face today is the foundation of leadership you will walk in tomorrow. Nothing is wasted unless you waste it. Every struggle you face can either be your prison or your preparation. The choice is yours. Winners choose preparation. They convert pain into power. They transform obstacles into opportunities. They turn doubt into determination. They alchemize every hardship into a stepping stone toward their ultimate goal. You must do the same. When you feel weary, move anyway. When you feel scared, act anyway. When you feel unseen, work anyway. Because action is the great separator. In the end, the world does not reward the one who had the easiest path. It rewards the one who never gave up. Understand this deeply. Your greatest achievements will come not from the days when you felt inspired, but from the days when you dragged yourself forward out of sheer willpower. Those are the days that forge the iron in your soul. Those are the days that build the unbreakable will. Those are the days that winners are born. If you are tired of starting over, then stop quitting. If you are tired of watching others win while you sit on the sidelines, then stop spectating and start creating. If you are tired of wishing, then start working. Act like you deserve the victory and you will. Act like you are inevitable and you will become unstoppable. Victory favors the persistent. It does not belong to the clever. It does not belong to the gifted. It does not belong to the fortunate. It belongs to the faithful, those who dare to act as though their success is a matter of when, not if. And every day that you wake up, move forward and live according to that truth. You are one step closer to the life you dream of. If you want to win, start acting like it. Not someday, not when you feel ready, not when it's easy, today, now, this moment. Because the crown is not awarded to those who wait. It is seized by those who act.